What is up, YouTube? Live via satellite here, and today we are talking Kingdom, manga chapter 601. More importantly, what you may have missed in manga chapter 601. And obviously, I've been meaning to talk about this for a very long time, and I was going to put it in with my chapter 601 review, but to be honest, I kind of thought that this was worthy of its own standalone video because of how important it could possibly wind up being. And while to most people it may seem that chapter 601 was just a basic setup chapter, there was one thing in this chapter that actually stuck out like a sore thumb, and it's not something that we actually saw in the chapter, it's more about what we didn't see. And before I jump deeper into this video, I definitely want to give a shout out to Core Pop from the Kingdom Mafia group chat, because he's the first person I saw talking about this particular thing, and I thought it was a great catch on his part and probably something that a lot of people missed. So back in chapter 601, we get updates on pretty much what everybody in the battle is up to, but the most interesting update we get is the one that actually occurs at the beginning of the chapter, and that's when we get the messenger arriving at Kanyo. And this is where Shobunkun is receiving the news from the messenger that Ryoyu has been taken over by Heekin and the Yotawa army. And even though it's late, he still thinks it's worth waking up Issei to inform him of this news. But Sei had actually already walked into the room and heard everything that was said. But the thing that strikes me most interesting about this conversation is that Shobunkun only thinks to call for Issei. And if this news is that important that the king should be told right away, wouldn't it also be important that Heekin, the head of the military affairs, should also be alerted of this news? But yet we get no information of anybody going to get Heekin, nor do we see Heekin anywhere in this room. And that to me seems a little bit strange. The only way it wouldn't be strange is if Heekin isn't there to begin with. So is it possible that maybe Heekin is already on his way to help resupply the Qin forces? Remember, we still have no clue what Osun asked Heekin for at the very beginning of this campaign. And the last time we seen Heekin in chapter 551, he was learning that the Osun army only had 5 days of food left. And since it would take some time to reach the Qin forces, maybe it was then that Heekin decided it was the right time to leave. And another thing that strikes me interesting is that even in the most recent chapter, chapter 608, when Osun and Raboku are talking, when Raboku calls Osun out for not having any more food left, it really didn't seem to me that Osun was in any way concerned. Is it perhaps because maybe he knows that Heekin's on his way? I don't know, but I thought it was pretty interesting, and perhaps maybe I'm looking into this too deep. Maybe Heekin was just asleep, because it was the middle of the night it seems, and there were other officials who were missing as well, but I still thought this was an interesting topic worth sharing. But anyway guys, that about does it for this video. Let me know what you guys think in the comments section below. Please leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and feel free to share, comment, and subscribe. Peace out.